Innocence, Ghost in the Shell Innocence, I finally got to direct me doing Bateau. It was great for me because I finally got to do the character the way I wanted to. Not that there's anything wrong with the other people who directed me in it, and you know, I'm grateful to them for the opportunity to do it. They cast me in the role originally, but I mean, there's times I was in the booth and I really disagreed with the way he was directing me to do it, and I didn't want to do it, but as an actor, you kind of have to serve the director. So it was really nice to be able to do him the way I wanted to do him finally. So that, you know, that was nice to do that.
That's another thing in regarding your question about training. When you train, you learn how to self-direct. And you have to learn how to self-direct. You can't always rely on the director because many times the directors suck.
Yeah.
They're really, really bad. So you have to know how to make good choices for yourself.
Yeah.
They don't give you. Yeah.
A lot of work you guys do, I imagine, is non-linear when you're recording.
Yeah.
How is it making for getting into the character? When you're doing things kind of sequence?
Well, hopefully you have a director that can help you with that and kind of paint a picture and let you know what's going on in this particular scene so that it tracks. But
sometimes you don't.
You know, sometimes
Again,
you don't.
so that's self-directing. You have to, generally in our work, you go in, you may not have, they're a lot better than they used to be. You used to never have a Bible. The Bible is the thing that tells you about the characters, about the story. And like somebody I know once said to me, catch that bird. And I'm going, what's the bird about? Where has the bird been? I mean, because otherwise you're just going tweet, you know, and there's no depth to that. And you can tell the difference when you are looking at characters that have dimension versus characters that are more linear. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because those become your favorite characters. You go, oh, I really like that character. Now, most really good voice actors have a background in acting, some don't. And one of them that just happens to be really good is Steve Bloom. And he did not grow up in an acting world, but he has a feel for it. So it's not always a firm rule, but I'd say it's.
Got to tie it up. Yes, you in the back. You had a question. Yeah. You have a question for him or for me?
About a minute ago, you mentioned
Right.
I'm just wondering, how did you end up getting that role? By that I mean, like, Bateau, not just stand on complex Bateau. I mean,
How did I get the role of Bateau?
yeah, I mean, I know how you got it in complex, but what about the character?
Well, the original movie, they just had auditions, and I went and auditioned and got the part. And I thought, this is really kind of a cool film, and I didn't think much about it afterwards. And then they got this series, and I said, oh, I'm a shoo-in. Well, I wasn't a shoo-in because I had to re-audition for the series again. So they had about 200 guys going in there to audition for Bateau, and thankfully I got it again. So, you know, that happens sometimes, you know. It happens sometimes, and one who's, well, it's another story. Yeah, you had a question.
Can you tell us how do you know a bad director when you're doing voiceover? How can you tell if a director doesn't know what he's doing, or is he just bad?
Well, it's really easy to tell. For instance, you'll say, "Can you tell me about this character?" And they'll say, "Okay, what do you want to know?" And you go, "Well, what's his story?" "Well, you know, he walked in the room." And you go, no, you've got to give me more than that. Who were his parents? Does he have a girlfriend? Just do it. And you'll feel frustrated. You'll go, "You suck." You're not giving me any information. You're not helping me at all. So it's pretty easy to see who's a good director and who's not. because you need help and they're not helping you. Or they're helping you in the wrong way. They're not giving you the kind of information that you need to have. And they'll say, well, his parents just died. And then all of a sudden, the next scene, he's having a conversation with his parents. Oops, you didn't read the script, did you? You know, so.
Yeah, it helps if you know where the character's coming from, how to deliver the line, what's going on. I mean, there's a million different ways to say a line, so it helps if you know where this character's coming from, where did he just come from. It's different if you say, you know, how are you doing? If the guy's just come from a party, or if he's just come from a funeral, or if he's, you know, I mean, those are things that help you, and you obviously need a director who can direct you in that way, and let you know what's going on. We've got time for one more. Who's not asking a question? Go ahead, you with the gloves on.
Yes. You said you had a Kingdom Hearts story.
Yes. You have time for my Kingdom Hearts story?
Yes.
Quick?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Actually, Bato helped me get the role of Ansem. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kingdom Hearts or not, but
Yes.
Billy Zane did the first incarnation, the first game, and for whatever reason, he didn't do it anymore. And
Money.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it was money. I don't know if he was unavailable. I don't know if he pooped in their salad. I'm not really sure what happened, but for whatever reason, he didn't do the rest of them. And the way I got this part was the guy who does Ansem in Japan does Bato. So the producers said, who does Bato in America? And they said, Richard Epcar. So they hired me, which was really nice because usually we have to go and audition for all these characters. So I went in there, I went into the studio, and there's about 6 Japanese clients in the booth, and there's 6 people from Disney in the booth. And every time I do a line, the engineer would come on and talk back and go, just a minute, and then they would talk amongst themselves for about 5 minutes. And then the guy would come back on and go, can you do that a little slower? So I do the line a little slower, and the guy would come on and go, just a minute, and they would talk amongst themselves. And then as they come back and go, can you do that a little faster? This went on like all day. It was driving me insane. And I said, how did Christopher Lee put up with this? He said, well, they did it to him once. And then he said, all right, I'm going to tell you how we're going to do this. I'm going to read this from the top to the bottom, and then I'm going home. I thought, how cool is that? And I wanted to do that. Well, I'm not Christopher Lee, so I figured now that I've done about 6 of them, maybe I can start pulling that shit. I don't know. But it's fun. It's been a fun series to be part of, and I really enjoyed being part of it. So.
You guys, it's been so much fun playing.
It's been great.
Thank you so much. Come to my Women in Anime panel at 2 o'clock.
And come to my outtake panel tonight.
No.
And you're not in the same